Warning, there are massive spoilers in this video. I'll put a list of the anime I show in the description, so if you don't want to get spoiled for a specific anime, you can either skip it using the time links or just stop watching this video altogether. Death in anime can be a great tool. It can be used to develop characters through their reaction to one, or to give a heroic farewell to a beloved character, or to even just evoke a strong emotion in the viewer. Without death, every anime would be happy, happy, happy. And where's the fun in that, really?
Fuck!
Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention there's the high impact unexpected deaths as well. Before we move on though, let me just quickly talk about Aldnoah.Zero. This anime would have been higher up in the list if people actually died in it. I'll be honest with you, at the end of Season 1 when Inaho died, I was so glad, so excited for Season 2 where finally after all the pain and suffering we'd have Slane's chance to shine. But no, the Inaho show never ends. My least favorite character comes back to life with the power of plot armor, and Slane gets fucked once again. Now that I got that out of my system, let's move on to... I swear it was just a coincidence, but coming in at number 9 is... well, 9 and his buddy 12. After 10 whole episodes of struggle and hard work, as well as an entire lifetime of pain, these two guys finally accomplish what they set out to do. But right after they get some time to relax and have fun, they die. I feel like their death really brings across the idea of how unfair the world is. This anime could have ended up with everyone surviving and having a great time, but that just wouldn't have had the same amount of impact. This death, unlike most of the others, is pretty easy to see coming. This anime is about a forest spirit named Gin who disappears with the touch of a human, and his relationship with a human girl called Hotaru. You can already see where this is going. You spend the entire anime wondering when he's going to disappear. While you might expect some sort of heroic display like Gin saving Hotaru from falling off a cliff and subsequently disappearing, it just sort of happens. One second they're happily walking along and next they're separated forever. This really shows the frailty of life and how it can change so quickly and unexpectedly. It was also pretty sad, let's be honest. The ending to my favorite arc in Monogatari by far, the Kaiki arc. He spends the entire episode eloquently using words to manipulate Naruko, and is able to save the world from her wrath, only to die by the hands of a 12-year-old. Not even a god could defeat him, and yet the season ends with him getting beaten up by a mere child. It's just so perfect. What's even more perfect is that not even in this life-threatening experience did Kaiki stop being Kaiki. At first, even I did fall for it, thinking my favorite character was gone, and I was honestly quite sad. But then I remembered Kaiki's a filthy liar, and so this death just made me love him even more. I wasn't really sure if this would count, but Sato's such a badass that I just had to put this here. Unlike normal villains who usually use their goons to carry out their bidding, Sato goes in head first right into the enemy base, making professional security guards look like a bunch of kids playing with water guns. We had already seen the ability of Ajins to kill themselves in order to revive fully healed, but it wasn't until this moment where we see just how scary they can be. Sato's quick thinking and fearlessness lets him take on an entire base and win, and this death is the one that solidified him as my favorite character. Ebisu, a man who gives his life to the greater good, doing everything in his power to bring peace to the world. He's even explained how his life isn't important, that he's died countless times in his noble quest. That's why this moment, when he says, is so meaningful. Just the look on his face, combined with the fact that he works so hard only to end up dead just like all the other times. It was a great end to an amazing season. Is it cheating to put this anime on here? The whole movie is just build up to this death. The helplessness and struggle of the siblings are conveyed well, and the slow deterioration of her health is just so painful to watch. I've only ever heard of one person not crying at the end of this movie, and that's only because he was so shit-faced drunk that he could barely comprehend what was going on. And the only reason he got drunk in the first place was because he couldn't get through this anime sober. It's that sad. If you couldn't tell already, my favorite deaths in anime are often those of my favorite characters, and my favorite characters are usually the stereotypical badass old man. While Psycho Pass does have a lot of deaths, the death of the old man evoked such a strong emotion in me that to this day it is the scene that I remembered the most dearly in the whole anime series. While it may be cliche, the way he puts his son's life over everything else and in the process mends his broken relationship with him was just the best possible send-off for this man. While I was a little sad that he was gone forever, at least he got a proper goodbye, unlike the orange-haired guy who just kinda dies. I just had to put this on the list. I mean, it's probably the most iconic death in all of anime, the death of Kamina. While the actual way he died wasn't all that impactful, it was the very fact that he died that was important. I mean, it just happened so fast and unexpectedly that even in the next episode it hadn't really sunk in. I was still expecting him to jump out of the rubble back in action like nothing had happened, but as the episodes went by, I slowly realized his death was the real deal. Never before had I watched an anime that just threw away a character like that. I mean, in the very same episode, the one thing that hardly ever happens, the main character's best buddy actually gets the girl. I was so happy, so excited for this development, and then bam, he's gone. The funniest, most likable character in the whole anime killed, just like that. It was amazing that Gainax had such faith in their story that they didn't need their best character to carry it. Unfortunately though, for me at least, after Kamina died, the anime lost some of its magic, some of its excitement, some of its personality. Even though he was only there for 8 episodes, I was still thinking about him at the end of the 27th episode, and this shows that his death was a truly important part of this anime. Oh, you're still here? Well, thanks for watching. If you have a minute to spare, please leave a comment on what you liked or disliked in the video. I'm always looking to improve. If you want to watch more of my stuff, I recommend this review of Crane Game Girls, a contender for the worst anime of all time, or this video on my thoughts on the Winter 2016 season of anime. See ya!